Hey guys, Thomas from Team Sakurazo here, coming at you guys with another Yu-Gi-Oh! Market Watch, and Battle of Chaos has dropped so much, I don't think anyone actually expected it to crash this badly. Like, the prices I'm seeing right here, you think the set would have had been reprinted at some point, like already before its first release somehow. It's actually crazy. But if you guys are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe and smash that like button. If we get 70 likes on this video, that would be great. Also, if you're buying any cards off TCG Player, like, the Dark Magician Starlight, we're at literally not even $300 here. That's insane. Please use my affiliate link down in the description below. Helps out the channel to no additional cost. We have a lot of buyouts today, but remember, I don't catch all the buyouts, so if you know any buyouts and I didn't go over them, let me know in the comment section below, or any cards you guys want me to see. That would be awesome. And we're just going to jump right into it. So we have some buyouts before we get into Battlecast. First off is Flying Elephant. This has one copy, well, a playset for $16, and that's literally it. I mentioned this in my 5 cards I have in your trade binder. If you guys don't know what that series is, they were $4 or $5, and this card was slowly but surely getting bought out. Now it just went to the moon, 16 bucks. So if you got your copies at $4 or $5, well, you tripled your money already. Like, even if you feel like you don't have that much faith in this card, and you're like, maybe, and you bought, like, say, a playset, you could sell a copy and literally get most of the money you probably put back in your playset. So, if not all, depending. If you got them for 4s and you put it up here for 13 and it maybe sells, that, hey, that's awesome. But yeah, Flying Elephant bought out. We have other buyouts, but we're gonna focus on Battles of Chaos. So Dark Magician Starlight Rare. Now this is $100 for the Ultra Rare, which is very odd to me. Well, 80 to 100, and now they're only 288 for the Starlight Rare, which is really odd because I feel like this should at least be 400 or 500 minimum. If you guys are looking to invest a lot of money right now, I know someone asked me about, I think it was Chaos Impact recently. Oh, should I get boxes, sealed boxes? That you should be getting the Starlight Rares from here. Dark, the Dark Charmer. Now this is a very good Charmer. I think Dark and Light are going to be the best, followed by Fire, right? Not only because people like those attributes the most, but they also have meta relevancy. We're seeing him at 260 here. I mean, he was around 350 dropping, but I think that if you could try to, if you know people with this card, I would start shooting them maybe a $200. Hey, I'll give you $200 right now. Solid, not too bad for the Starlight Rare. Blue Eyes Jet Dragon is, actually, we're going to go like this way, is 195. I mean, very, very cheap. And this card, I mean, it looks more like a dinosaur card, I'm going to be honest with you here, but very cheap for this Starlight. Like, I'm at the point where, should I just get one of every Starlight Rare from the set? You have Illusion of Chaos Starlight Rare here at about 204, 205. It's not bad. I expected it to drop around 200, 250 when we finally hit release. Pre-sale was quite a little cheaper for it, but then we have the Dark Magician finally up. People have agreed on a price. It's $180. Now, I think the reason this is not that expensive is because, one, people are just sick and tired of these Dark Magician cards being a crazy amount of money. I mean, we always get a collector's Blue Eyes, a collector's Dark Magician. Like, even if they're on a lower scale, like in Maximum Gold, how we get another Blue Eyes, another Dark Magician. People, I think, are just tired of it. Now, I didn't expect it to drop to 180, right? Uh, if you want to pick it up, I mean, it's not bad. I mean, I'll say this. I also like how it says 25th right over here. I mean, this is always going to be a relic and have some value. It's not a bad investment here, but I can't really tell you guys much about this card because I read this set like quite wrong. Which is really weird. Like, I mean, the Starlight Rare, I expected, Illusion around 200, sure. But Dark Magician's not even 400. And then, Gloom, I mean, I expected 350 standard. I wasn't too off, but just insane. The issue is with this set is the most expensive card is $37. Illusion of Chaos, right? Guardian Chimera. Now, I'll be honest with you here. If it didn't say from your hand in field, this card would have been probably one of the most nuts cards to ever come out. Now, I think I mean, I ended up selling my copies at 20 when they were 25. I was like, yeah, that's fine. $21 here is not a bad price point if you want to pick these up to play. If it was Super Poly Target, it would have been insane. Obviously, it can't be because of this. But, you know, I still think it's a pretty good overall card. Um, A lot of collectors like it. I really am gonna get. I always kept one of copy for me because of the artwork alone. Could be a tech sometime down the line, but who knows? Blue Eyes Jet Dragon 15. If you want to play Blue Eyes, it's actually not that bad. Dinomorphia Theriza. Now, this is obviously for the Dinomorphia deck. 14 bucks. Very, very cheap for this deck, actually. Adventure of Adventures here are about $10. Now, Flunderies has been seeing quite a bit of success in the meta overall. Nothing insane, but it's been present, right? So the fact that it gets one of their better cards, I mean, with this, you banish a winged monster from your hand or face up on the field, you add a Flunderies monster or the spell, right? So I don't know why they couldn't just say Flunderies card. Maybe they thought, including basically the whole trap line, or the other or map would have been too broken. But then you gain 500 life points, which I mean is kind of cute, so it works in time. It's not a bad card. It gives the deck a lot more searchability, right? Um, you know, $10. This is definitely the most hunted ultra. You have the zombie vampire. Now, while this looks super cool, this is probably going to be like $2. That's what I assume. Card looks gorgeous, but I don't really see it holding a big price tag. It's zombies, right? You want to get any of your zombie stuff, get it later. Sales ban, I don't care what people say. This card's bad. Price is reflecting it. Domains are sevens. Master of Chaos here. Ultra $7. Tamaya $7. Liberal Mancers. Now I don't know too much about this archetype, but it's $4 for the most expensive secret rare. I like the artwork a lot. Artwork looks really cool. I'm tempted to play the deck because I want to see if it's good or not, or how bad it is, or if it's like one or two cards changes the whole deck. Because if it's this low, it might be worth getting. The Sword Soul Sinister Sylvan, I think that this is just a one of, and all their Sword Soul players just got it on pre-release, and maybe that's why it's this cheap. But again, $4. I don't know why it's $4. Tyrants, DDD cards too. I will say this: if you want anything in this set, besides the vampire cards, right? The vampire cards are gonna go down. I would probably just order it right now. Little Mancer first appearance are can't even hold $1. Catriegs are back at $1. They were 70 cents earlier. We do have the Starlight Earth Thursday here at 160, which I mean, if the deck pops off, that's great. But the thing with archetype, especially specific archetype cards, is that their Starlight rares don't normally pop off. Like we've seen this many times before, and that's something you guys have to always be aware of when you're trying to get Starlight rares. Is can it only be used in this one archetype? Maybe I shouldn't get it if it's not meta relevant because it'll probably drop like a rock. And even if there is hype, that's only for a limited amount of time. So it's just something to be wary of. But yeah, Battle of Chaos here, just way too cheap. Way too cheap. I'm shocked that everything's this low. You want anything but the vampire stuff, I would just buy it. Now, another card I mentioned, my 5 cards having your trade binder, is Primal Being. And no, this is not bought out, all right? I'm not going to be like, oh, I got 2 right. No, but we did push this rock. Yes, pun intended. It was about $4, more like 380, something like that. You have one for 1,500 sales, $5, but you have that 78-cent shipping, unfortunately. Then the next 1,000 sales or above is $6. Next page kind of goes up to 6, 7, all that. If you guys want more of your Primal Being tokens, I would suggest grabbing them actually. Now DD7 Copernicus. Here from the Pendulum Domination. Now a lot of people are really happy about the new DDD support. I don't know if it's because it's relevant or if it's because it's good or DDD players really like their cards. But this common's bought out, $18. No, thank you. I'd rather slam my hand in the wall. Uh, Oblivious King, Abyss Ragnarok. Now, this was always some money, actually. I mean, you go 6-month time period. I covered it when it first got bought out near October, actually. These are still $10. If you're looking to play the deck or invest a little bit into DDDs, this might not be too awful to grab actually. Lord of Heavenly Prisons is also, I want to say, bought out for the third time because this card always goes between 18 and $35, like it's nobody's business. Like you go literally 6 months here. Yeah, it was 55. That's pre-release. 19. I told you guys to grab them. Was super cheap. Got buy out. I said I told you so. They dropped back down to about 24s. Told you guys to grab them again, and now they're for near mints 38, going up to basically a $40 card. If you guys don't know what this card does and why it's probably one of the most broken cards in Burst of Destiny, basically during your main phase, you could what's called you could basically keep it revealed, which doesn't matter. Keep it revealed, and when it's revealed by this effect, you could set cards on the field. Your set cards on the field cannot be destroyed by card effects, right? Basically, if you play any back row deck, you protect all your back row, and your opponent has to deal with getting rid of that by trying to pick a card out of your hand, which realistically is not going to happen, which is absolutely ridiculous, right? And now you could just stop there. The card actually is good enough on its own already there, to be honest with you here. However, if a set spell trap is activated, besides the damage trap, you special summon this card from your hand. Then, if you activate this while this card was revealed, which again you could reveal during your main phase, there's no way you're not getting this effect off. You can reveal and set one spell or trap directly from your deck. Now you're probably thinking, one spell or trap, but banish it during the end phase of this turn. Basically, what this you could set extra prosperity. You could set any trap you want, any like literally generic. Hey, because you decide to reveal the card, aka just protect your back row, we are going to give you any free spell or trap from the deck. Busted. Uh, Card's broken, right? I think it should. This is a card that should not be printed. I don't care what people say. This is one of the most broken cards. This is the most broken rock card. I would probably say actually most broken rock. And people might be thinking, oh, what about the one with the Legos, right? Block Dragon, I think it's called. Yeah, no, this is more broken because we're gonna see this card until if it ever, for the longest time period. $40. I still think the card could go up to 70. Test Tiger, Ultimate Rare, coming out of Gladiators Assault Tier. Now, these have always been money. I mean, 243 for near mints. First edition lightly played are about 274. That's not terrible, but it's not good either. Near mints are $400. No, thank you. The issue is it's been a long time since this card's gotten a reprint of any kind. So the original ultra rares, right? First ed light plays, 670 for lightly played, near mints $7, right? Actually, really good for OG Ultras. I actually would suggest highly picking them up because secret rares are for first ed secrets are for non-slobbered on lightly plays are 10, near mints are $12 here, and then you have me here going up to 15, going up to $20, right? This card desperately needs a reprint. The ultras have been calming down quite a bit actually, which is somewhat shocking to me. I think that if you guys actually want to grab these ultra rares, before they go up to like 8, double digits, grabbing the near mids at 7 or the light plays at about 5 is actually quite a good idea. This is a card that you should be pausing the market watch and getting your copies for. Even if you don't really like Glads or Test Tiger or whatever, getting an OG first like Gladiators Assault Test Tiger for this low is going to net you profit in the future, especially a playset put in the binder. People are going to be like, oh, that's cool, and they're gonna want it, and they're at that point it's gonna be more than you paid for. I do actually believe in Yu-Gi-Oh trading. I actually love trading. I used to trade when I was a backpack vendor as well, and it really helped me out. And even beforehand, when I was just a player, because if I traded, I try to trade up, or I try to trade for stuff that went up, or more relevant stuff. I was able to get cards for cheaper, and when I was a kid, I didn't have as much money, obviously. When this so Mistworm, I covered this buyout, but it actually went even higher. $65 for a DT Mistworm. Now, I actually have this, and I have not actually summoned this card in years. But it's funny because someone told me, hey, did you go over this buyout? I'm like, yeah, I went over it 3 weeks ago when it was like at 20s, right? And now I'm looking at this card, and I'm thinking to myself, no, someone bought out the buyout. $65. So I was wrong. I did not technically cover this buyout because this is some new Ultra Evolution. So whoever told me to look at this card again, thank you very much. Yeah. If you have this, I'll be honest with you here. This was one of the better DT cards, but there's still a lot of great DD cards. I think if you have multiple copies, you should sell them. And one of my first Monica watches, I told you guys at $10. This is a pretty good pickup. So I can't really say I told you so because I said this over a year ago and I had my copies. So secret rares, and if you guys don't know, when it's summoned, you return 3 cards your opponent controls to the owner's hand, and that's really good because it also doesn't target, right? And it's generic, right? Very good card. First stead secret rares. I mean, 15 for near mint. Actually no, this doesn't have first. I forgot. It's a hidden arsenal. Woo. Ultras, I mean, you have a new seller here for 6, then $12. Then it goes up to basically for like 13, 14, 15. So if and this is what I say, if you want for new sellers, 26 sales, trying to make his name out there, putting up for $6, probably didn't even pay anywhere close to that. You know, you could probably try to trust this seller and get this for $6. I don't know the seller, but my rule for newer sellers, right, like 1,000 below sales, especially people who have like very very little like this, I personally do not buy them over $15 to $20, right? That's normally my max. So $6 is kind of within that. It's a good rule, by the way. I know some people are like, oh, but I could get the Starlight for like $30 cheaper. That's a whole $30. But it's like the dude has 40 sales. Do you really want to gamble $150? $6, that's whatever, right? Worst case, I see you getting maybe a light play. Maybe he thinks it's near mint, but it's actually light play. Worst case scenario, which, I mean, you could still flip that pretty easily. My body is a Shield Gold Series 3. Now, these have actually been slowly but surely going up. I actually really like the Gold 3 version of this. You pay 1,500 life points when your opponent activates a card with an effect that will destroy one or more monsters. You negate the activation of the card and destroy it. It's actually not a bad card. I actually really liked siding this card years ago. $1.25 for light plays, near mint are almost $2. Not too bad here. And there's not, you also have some other versions here, but most of it's just like rare common. The only other one's the DT, which I pulled up here. You could get near mints for about $1.79. You have a playset there. Uh, since there's a lot of copies, I only care about near mints. Yeah, $1.80, $2.20 goes up to about $3.50, $4, $5 very quickly. There's a wall for 22 though here, so it's not like this card is rising the ranks completely here. But it's a card for a DT. You might want to grab a playset of DT body as a shield. Worst case scenario, you could sell it back or trade it back. Best case scenario, you make some money. Especially because a lot of people are gonna want this version because a lot of people don't like gold cards, especially Gold Series 3. Like, for gold, and this is what I like to tell a lot of people, is you could put like 20 Yu-Gi-Oh players in a room and ask them what the best gold is. You're probably gonna get like 9 to 11 different answers, and you're gonna ask them what the worst gold is, and you're probably gonna get around the same 9 to 11 answers. That's how I like to say it. So like, gold's very iffy, but it's just something cute I've always noticed about it. Triple Tactical Talents here, still an amazing card. First Ed near mints have completely and utterly crashed. $47 here. But once this guy goes, and this guy, he has a playset, and this is going to sell at 500. But once these 4 copies go, they are about $56, $57 here. The card's just not seeing play right now. I would highly recommend investing into secrets right now. I think these are way too cheap. I have a bunch of copies. I would definitely grab this card while you can. Now, Lightning Storm, Ignition Assault, Secret Rares. Now, these are about 95 bucks here. Not too bad here for Lightning Storms. Now, Lightning Storm is kind of iffy in the meta. It's seeing some play, but it's not seeing a whole lot. It's definitely really good in certain decks like Madolche. I actually absolutely love it. But I'm not here really to talk about the secret rare today. I still think these aren't a bad investment. However, there's something better, which is the Starlight rares at full price, full retail, less than 300. To me, that is insane. I think this card can easily, and I'm saying easily, be 500, $600. We've seen Starlight rare, talents be 8, 900. In fact, we'll look at Starlight talents right here, because I don't know if it pops up in view all versions. Near mids 925. Okay, right. We've seen very good competitive Starlight rares hit crazy amounts. Lightning Storm is older than Rise of the Duelist, and it's not even hitting the $300 mark. And this is something you definitely want to place it in, right? If you're looking to spend some money and invest, I think this is great. I mean, you only have a couple copies here, right? You have a guy with 3, you have a guy with 4. They do go to 500, 600. I would grab this card while you can. I think that if you actually are watching the channel and you're like, you know what, I trust this guy, I've been watching him for a long time, you know, and you actually want to take some money, some serious money, and make some big money later down the line, enough to start maybe a stock portfolio. Because if you grab these at, let's say 280, right? Let's call it 300 because it's tax, right? There's still 900. And then they go up to 600, right? That's 800, right? If you and card ever shoots up to like maybe 1,000, which or 1,100, which you easily can. Again, depends on how much you want to wait here, but you're guaranteed going up to 600, 700. If they go up near towards their 1,000, you have $3,000. Now, I'm not saying you're going to get rid of it for $3,000. You might get rid of it for 2,700, 2,600, whatever, right? That amount of money is enough to, you know, start a stock portfolio, pay off some closing costs for like a house, right? You want an amazing gaming PC, you could get that and have money left over, right? And sell your new one, right? So you don't even have to reuse parts, right? Uh, you could pay a very expensive hospital bill or an ambulance ride because they cost a lot of money, right? You could have a safety security, right? I'm just saying this is a free ticket, and I know it, and I want to put more emphasis on it. And if you guys enjoy these videos and you enjoy me taking the time to talk about these and putting emphasis on some of these cards, make sure to smash that like button. Guys, you know what? Screw 70 likes. I want to see 80 likes, all right? Can I have 80 likes on this Market Watch? That would be awesome. Lightning Storm Collector Rare. Now, this is what this is compared to, right? And a lot of people are deluded into thinking that this is comparable. Now, I personally would say, and most players would agree, that Starlight Rares look a lot better than Collector Rares. I think Collector Rares are a little overhyped as a thing. But as you see here, they're about $126, right? Going up to 145. Yeah, about 145, 146. So a CR is one every 3 boxes for King's Court, right? And we have a ton of King's Court. It's a way newer set in comparison than Ignition Assault. Boxes for 76, while as Ignition Assault boxes are about what 115. Well, no, my bad. 150 going up to 160, right? And this is a 1 in 2 cases you get Starlight Rare. And there are other Starlight Rares. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 Starlight Rares. I thought there were 5. Uh, 4, very hard to pull this one. This is obviously the much better choice. Harder to pull, looks better, much older, compared to the CR. But people want to be delusional. Let them. You guys go grab the Starlight Rare. Cybernetic. Oh, oof. Cyber End Dragon Ultra from Cybernetic Revolution. Now, this is actually a very old set, and you can only pull the Ultra. Well, you can pull the Ultras wherever. They're not like Ultis. But first edition Ultra Rares are actually about for lightly plated and near mints. Lightly plates are 23 now. They do go up to about 28 closely. But near mints are about $30 even. They do go up to about 40, 46 here, right? This is an old classic Cyber Dragon Ultra OG near mint first set from Cyber Revolution. If you're looking for cheap PSAs or cards that you want to try, holding on to for a while, I think this is a good $30 card to hold on to. As you guys see, you're really, once these 2 copies are gone, you're really looking at 41, 45 here. So you're already making some money back. Quick goes up to 63, 89, 90. Make sure you have these copies while you can. Cyber End Dragon Mattel. Now, I talked about this card when it was $8 for near mints. Near mints are about $14, $14.50 going up to 19. This is another good version, but it's basically impossible to PSA. Mattel series is just very wonky with how it is and how they judge it. So this is the kind of card where you would not PSA it. But getting the single of an old card like this, $18 is not bad. Well, $14 is not bad either. It quickly goes up to 20. Um, this card was around 30 to 40 because I got this bought out originally, I believe, or I got it to go up and then it got bought out later. One of the two. It's been a while, but yeah, not a bad card to grab overall. Now, my boy Jimmy Haas, shouts to my boy Jimmy, want me to go over Starlight Charmers for a little bit before tell you guys what I think. So overall, I think Win is probably the worst Charmer to grab. It's the most expensive and it probably has the least playability of all the Charmers, and I will stand by that. It has the least playability in any of these decks. It was the first Charmer, though, and it was the first Starlight Charmer. Because this came out Rising Rampage, that's where we got Starlight Rares in, although they didn't have the official term Starlight Rare near Sneak Peek. Area, the Water Charmer here, again, 550. I talked about this quite a bit at 300, 350, 580. Not bad. I still think this could go up, but you kind of missed the issue is you missed your window of opportunity. you could have got this at 300, 350, and you would have almost doubled your money, right? I would probably, if you are looking at this, I would probably make sure you have the cheaper charmers instead because they're going to go up. Lina, you know, is a comfortable price. 347, 350. Very, very good Starlight rare here. I personally think that this could go up to 700. I would grab your copies while you can. This is the one that you should probably grab. You kind of missed your window on area. Dark, again, it's a very new Starlight rare, so you have a lot of time on this, right? This is a little bit older. So, and again, it is good, right? And there's $100 difference. But if a lot of Battle of Chaos isn't being cracked and it's at this price, this could go down, believe it or not. And I think that's what might happen because we have so much of this sealed product still in the first wave, right? If it's this bad in first wave, if we get a second, because we are getting a second wave of this, imagine how bad it's going to be. Now, Hida Starlight Rare. 241, 243. I told people to grab that at about 180 to 200. This card is good, especially if Sal would ever come back into the game. Because if you guys don't know, if Ash is being played and you're playing Salad, you basically get free Ashes. Or, in Fire decks, you basically get free Ashes. Not just Salad, specifically. And that's honestly really, really good. So, Hida, really good card. It is more competitive because people do run certain Fire, cards like Ash, like, some people use the Gizmek, for example. You guys get the point. Osas. Now, fun. I talked about this recently, and I believe Robbie actually talked about this. Now, we had quite a few copies here. Now we have the two walls, right? 6 and 9. There were these guys were a little more towards the bottom, but now we basically just have to crack a wall, and we are at the home stretch of $200. Uh, well, basically, we don't really go 200. We go two copies to 300, right? We kind of leapfrog it here. Very, very cheap Charmer. This is one of the cards that I would highly recommend you put your money into as well. If you don't want, say Lightning Storm Starters, hey, that's a little too much. Grabbing one copy or two copies of Us of the Earth Charmer, it'll net you some good money. Overall, I think the Starlight Rares, I keep saying this over and over again, but the worst Starlight Rares just win. I would never even touch it with a 10-foot pole, and that's all I can really say about it. Albert, Jester of Despia, well, you have one copy here for 60, then they basically go up to about 61, 62s. People when we get closer and closer to the structure deck, we might sing $100. We might be seeing $100 on this. It is a gamble though, so don't sink much of money into this. But if you get the card for any cheaper than 60, like even 50, I think it's worth trying to grab. However, the more safer bet, I think, is Despian Cortez. Now, this card was at not that much cash. It's about $3.50 here. You have some new sellers here that have it for a little cheaper. But yeah, $3 going up to four for your Cortez. Now they play this. It's a really good card. People when they get the structure decks are gonna really really want this. So I would make sure that you have your copies while you can. Uh, in fact, another one card. In fact, hopefully it's over here. It is not. How about this? Are you over here? Do I have to actually type Masquerade? I do. Okay. That's fine. No problem. Uh, Masquerade the Blazing Dragon. Now, they do play this. It's not the best card in the deck, but, you know, I mean, it helps with recursion, right? Uh, it's good to leave on because 600 life puts activate cards or effects. Really, really good, basically. Uh, $1.51 going up to $2, going up to yeah, about $2 here. This is a very good card to invest in as well. It's also Burst of Destiny, which is one of our recent core sets, and it's a very good set. So we have a lot of these singles out there. Dramaturg of Despia, $5. Also another good card to grab. Virtuous, $50. Again, they're gonna play this in the structure deck. If they don't, they're just bad players. If you guys want to play it, $50. This is the cheapest you're gonna get. And Niwatori, from Malrares. Let's see what a first edition is. Hmm. Wow, we actually have a buyout. $1.20. Okay. When we have a lot more lightly playeds, which is cool. Uh, I just can't believe this. This is just funny to me. Well, if you want your Niwatori first set in your mints, you don't have much time left. Get your first set OG from Metal Raiders, guys. Big. I mean, to be fair, a lot of people actually like getting first sets, and this is extremely iconic. I'm surprised they didn't make it a garbage super rare because Metal Raiders. I can't talk, guys. Has this really awful super in here. I think it's called Elephantis. I'm 99% sure it's in here. I just have to find it. Uh, Killer Needle. This is for Beat Trooper, by the way, which is really funny. First sets are a crazy amount of money here. Am I wrong? Does it not come in this set? Hmm. Oh no, it is. Here he is. Garnecia Elephantis. $43. It's way better. I feel like this should have been a common, and Tago would have been super. It still would have been bad, guys. But at least it's iconic to the anime, right? Anyway, guys, leave a like if you guys enjoyed. Subscribe. And I will see. And if you're buying any cards on TC Trippo, please use my phone link down in the description below. Consider being a YouTube channel member. And I will see you guys in the next video where we're having an awesome virtual world deck. I'm actually taking a few days off of the channel, but don't worry, I have an upload for it already. Where you're gonna see from Josh, my editor, a virtual world deck. You're gonna be able to go to his channel. It's gonna be really, really awesome. You guys are probably going to see that 14th or 15th. And then about a day, maybe two later, you guys are going to see another Mark Watch, followed by hopefully an updated Madolche deck. So I will see you guys soon. Peace.